My name is Mattia Ammirati.
And you're with, you're an illustrator.
I'm with Tremoon, which is our fanzine. Basically, Tremoon was born in the 80s, in 1982, and all the authors that were actually, drawing the stories back then are now quite famous. They're basically all working for Bonelli, which is one of the, it is actually the biggest like comic group in Italy. They're publishing Dylan Dog and Tex, like all the the most famous Italian comics. And basically, after the in the 90s, they just stopped to work, and then they just wanted to bring back to life the old fanzine in 2000. I think it was 2017, and they tried to involve all young artists as well, and I'm one of the young artists, and we're just trying to bring back the passion which is behind making comics and making art, most of all. And I mean, it's been really useful and really interesting, because you can share the passion, you can share knowledge as well, and you have artists with a lot of different styles and techniques as well. So working together really helps us to trying to find other ways to do things in a way.
Like other ways for like graphic narration and things like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. Literally everything. From, basic techniques to, way of telling stories. You understand how different people are using different ways to tell stories.
Okay.
Which is basically what all comic is about.
And where are you from?
I was born in the south of Italy, but then I moved to the center of Italy when I was about 5 years old. So basically, I'm from the center of Italy.
So besides the fanzine, you're working as an illustrator, or?
Yeah, mainly as an illustrator, as a graphic designer as well. And now I'm trying to expand to comics as well, which is something I'm really passionate about, of course. Yeah, but mainly as an illustrator, as a painter sometimes. So I'm dealing with images, let's say.
Right. Cool. Can you say anything about Naples or this event, maybe? Or?
Well, this is one of Naples. Naples itself as a city is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen. It's just it's amazing how it's like a Chinese, what we call a Chinese box. So basically, it's a city inside the city inside the city. So everywhere you look, you can find something new and weird and colorful every day and every hour of the day. So it's quite surprising under this one. I mean, it's always a pleasure to be in such a big convention, because obviously you have the chance to meet, really famous authors as well, other than, publishers and stuff, and you can share opinion with publisher. And
saw Charlie Adler over there.
Pardon?
Saw Charlie Adler over there.
Yeah. So yeah, again, it's great to be here.
Is Napoli is a good city for artists?
It is actually, yeah. Not just for comics during the Comic Con, of course, but art has always been. I mean, you can easily say Napoli is a city full of culture overall, and art in the specific. Yeah, absolutely.
So, do you want to flip through a fanzine and let's have a look?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is just one of the stuff we do, which is from one sheet. So basically, it is actually a big one sheet. So you open it like this, and here we have the first story, which is only 4 pages, and then you have the second one is an 8-page story, and then you flip it over again, and you have 2 8-page stories. And basically, every one sheet, it has the three things in common, basically, which is the color, and then the theme, which is talking about, which is in this case is the cold, and one setting, which is the station, like a train station, and exactly the same thing for the yellow one. So we have in common the color yellow, and then betrayal, and the Pandora Hotel.
Okay, how are you printing those? It's like a slick paper, and I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean it's just a slick paper, and we're actually still experimenting, so we're trying to find the best way to actually print those. And then of course we just do single prints. Sorry. This is actually quite rare. It's the number 0 of the very first fanzine back in the 80s. So this is where everything started, basically. And like here we have one of the first story by Bruno Brindisi, which is now one of the main author for Bonelli and Dylan Dog. Yeah, so basically that's how everything started.
So you're a comic fan?
I am indeed, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I can easily say I started, I learned how to read with comics, because my father was a huge comic fan as well, and that's how I've been introduced to reading and telling stories as well. For whoever wants to do comics, you don't really need to know how to draw. It's more about how to tell a story. So the major advice I can give is basically just read as much as you can, draw as much as you can, and talk to other people who are doing the same as much as you can, because that's literally everything you need. Especially now that you have social medias and other way to distribute, what you do, and to let other people know about what you do. Back then, in the 80s, you actually need, a publisher to get things on paper to bring your stuff around. Today, you don't really have excuses, so just go out there and try to do the best you can do. Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome.